Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Inside the Booth.
What's up,
This
guys?
is the review, the best Geek Talk Show here on YouTube. So you don't want to miss tonight's show. So how is everyone doing? Don't forget to vanquish the like button. Stop poking each other.
He started it.
Vanquish that like button. Ding the bell, ding ding, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, everybody, we also have gifts that you can buy from us. Go to insidethebooth.tv.com/shop and you will get yourself, well, you can go and look at all the gifts that we do have. So let's welcome Dax, Justin. Oh, Tabitha's already here. Josh.
Or am I?
Another Josh.
By the way, does your hat say Pizza Planet? Is that a Toy Story hat?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. That's cool. Okay. All right. Carry on.
This is my pin hat.
That's pretty cool.
For all of you to know.
Yeah, you and R2 are competing for the hat with the most pins.
Oh, really? Oh,
it looks like it. I've seen R2 has gotten himself a hat with all kinds of pins on it. And I'm like, I think he's secretly trying to up Dan. Yeah.
That's it. We also got Sketchy Guy Steve and Aedo's wife.
Sketchy Guy.
Mrs. Aedo.
That's right. I probably missed a few of you, but that's okay for now. But let's welcome our panel guests. You know this guy. You love him. His name is Dave Whitey. Whitey from Wicked Workshop.
Where?
Everybody. There he
is. Someone get fly swatter.
Oh. I am the law.
That's right. I am the law, everybody.
Love it. How's everybody doing tonight?
Not learning it tonight. Good.
Pretty good.
How are you doing?
Good. Happy to be here.
Let's bring on our next panel guest, Shawn Cash.
Mr. Cash.
Now he's from.
Hello.
He's from what's the show? Try to make things or something like that.
Try to finish something, isn't it?
I butchered that pretty good.
Try to make something.
Close enough.
Anyways, all the description down below. Go subscribe to all these guys' channel. Next, we have our birthday boy in the house, Phil TMNT.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey guys.
Hello.
What's up, Phil?
Oh, hey, big bro.
Hey, big girl.
Bro.
I am big. Well, I ain't no girl.
Well, what you do
They have a
now?
special relationship over there. Don't mind them.
What you do now? I did gender swap Dan up there a few
I don't want to
weeks
think
ago.
about that picture.
He did. And Dan
That
was
makes
kinda
me feel
cute.
weird.
Well, Dan does
Never
look
thought I
very
was
pretty
cute.
as lady.
He does. He's cute.
Man.
Tabitha's a nasty dude.
I am. I was a little bit, I'm not going to lie, I was a little disappointed that I was a very ugly dude. Just saying, it's not fair that Dan got to be so cute and I was just like, ew.
Yeah.
I look like a scrawny werewolf, dude. Like,
Werewolf.
Yeah, I was telling Tabitha that she looked like one of the Green Arrow sidekicks.
Yeah.
Wow,
which
dog.
still is not a compliment. Please do not release that to the masses, Phil. I beg
You're
you.
like
otherwise
Robin Hood's sidekick.
That rare blend of
No,
the
I
house.
was Robin Hood's sidekick's ugly cousin is what.
Yeah. With the hood up, right? The hood.
Yeah.
Hide that dude. Put him in the back.
Oh boy. All right. So tonight we're just gonna geek out about that beautiful, everybody remembers, everybody saw it, the beautiful Boba Fett Mandalorian TV
Bobo?
show. Boba. That's right. Boba. Boba, the drink, right?
All right.
Boba Fett and or Mandalorian Fett, or I don't know what the show was, but that's it. We'll talk about that. We're also gonna hit up on Obi-Wan Kenobi because that show is coming out, and I want to get everybody's thoughts on what they think about it, and then we're going to talk about maybe some Back to the Future stuff. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna go. Hey, look. We got Angela Clark in the house saying hello, fellow geeks.
She was here recently. If you guys haven't seen one of our newest creations here on Inside the Booth, trying to branch out and do something cool, we had Girls' Night last time.
Right.
And
You mean the man bashing show?
That's right. That's how we do it.
Dave, you're so...
That's going to be in our next Girls' Night, Whitey. Stick around for that one. We'll make you the topic of choice.
You get to like beat me with those punching bags, you know?
What do we really think about Whitey? Stick around, you'll find out.
Hilarious.
So yeah. Anyways, Angela's she's a voiceover artist, right?
She is.
Artist.
She is.
I don't remember how she calls it, but
She's a voice actor extraordinaire. I remembered what it was, Angela.
That's
extraordinaire. She's fantastic. Did any of the other guys? Did you guys catch Girls' Night? Was anybody else there?
I caught the beginning
Yep, I watched
for
it.
a little while. Yeah. She does have a very nice voice.
And look at Shawn just nodding his head.
No, it's true. I'm not going to argue.
Which part? All of it.
Yeah. I was there.
No, I was saying that she does definitely have a nice voice.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. I agree.
And that's a compliment coming from a radio guy.
That's right.
An out of work radio guy. So
out of work radio guy. Well, you know, Shawn, you could always start up a podcast.
Sure.
You got that radio.
They
voice,
are
you
the
know.
latest and greatest craze.
Yeah.
I hear this is already the best one out there, so I don't want to be the second best one.
Well, you know.
I mean, it's kind of true, but we're not going to say that.
That's right.
I don't know.
I always admire Shawn when he's like sitting back, controlling himself, not talking.
I
admire that. That's gotta hurt, man.
Because Whitey doesn't know how to do that.
No, and I'm very loud, so I apologize now.
He eats the mic.
Yeah. Is it too close?
No, your mic is fine.
Maybe I should just take it away.
No difference.
Yeah.
You can put that mic in North Carolina and we'll still hear you.
Like that.
How loud you are, Dave.
Can't help it.
You got
Sorry.
Phil just hanging out right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now Phil was on another stream, so maybe he's tired. He's not talking much.
Oh yeah, I was doing my birthday bash, and I see you in the chat, Stick. Hey, Stick. But yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
Did you get anything good today for your birthday?
I got this fanny pack, or guy's purse, whatever you want to call it.
Man bag.
A man bag. There we go. Man bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil, you're always picking on people about being boomers, but the first words out of your mouth are fanny pack. I mean,
I didn't want to say nothing.
Side pouch. Maybe go with side pouch if you don't want to get picked on. You're practical though. That was just funny.
You know, as the youngster here, I was trying to impress the old fart here. Love you, bro. Love you, bro.
Oh, I'm fired.
Not that old. Come on.
Shawn, you and I are like deceased.
Yeah. True.
And I also got this cupcake that's like I'm too afraid to eat because it's so pretty to look at.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah, my mom gave this to me.
That's sweet. Yes, it's true, Steve, that the fanny packs are very practical.
That's right.
They are.
That's right. That's right. They're coming back in style. I think I seen some in a store not too long ago.
Everything always comes back full circle.
Can you see Aedo with a fanny pack?
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
The black leather one, yes.
Let me tell you, man.
Yeah, with spikes coming out, right?
You know how you make it tactical to make it look good?
Yeah.
You put it across your chest.
Right.
There you
go.
go.
Plenty of people do like that, yeah.
With a pull stick.
Boom, it's right there. Tactical.
Oh. That just gave me an
stick.
idea. You may or may not be mad at me afterwards, Aedo. Just saying.
Okay.
He's stealing it. He's
gonna steal that idea. Rare Blend says bum bags.
Bum bags.
That's what they're bum bags.
I don't know. Sounds very
maybe.
Australian.
I think they're a little too small for the bums. You know.
What do you think a fanny is?
A bum.
Like, why do you think they call them fanny packs?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Don't look at me, bum, you bum looker.
Look
at me
you remember that
drawings.
song that what's his name, Green, made up?
Phil, I'm gonna get
What was his name? Tom Green? You guys remember that song from Tom Green? He sang this song called "My Bum Is on Something," and he's always singing, "My bum is on the chair. My bum is on the chair. Look at me. My bum is on the chair." And then he goes and puts his bum on something else, and he does the same tune. You guys don't remember that?
No.
Yeah,
it sounds familiar.
I think it started with something about and this is gonna I barely remember. There was something about in one of the episodes there was a dead moose at the side of the road, and he was singing "My bum is on your lips," and it went into some weird thing, and it was. I think I know what you're talking about. Though.
He was
okay,
a crazy
all right.
dude.
Sean gets it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm glad I don't, apparently.
No, probably better.
Yeah. It was one of those.
How do we go
shows.
from Bobo to fanny
Boba
pack?
Fett?
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, and the last topic will be Batman. Did I already say that? I think I already did.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess let's talk about Boba Fett. Who should we go with? Let's go with Dave. What was your
mixed
thoughts?
feelings with this show.
Overall thoughts.
I love the whole Tusken Raider thing. I thought that was awesome. It could have been so good, but they killed it immediately. It was kind of like the end, like Last Jedi and all of those 3 movies at the end. What do you call them? The post-squels or whatever?
The
Post-credit scenes?
The sequels.
Oh, yeah, sequels.
But it was like everybody was writing a different episode and nobody knew how to continue the story.
Mm-hmm.
The Tusken Raider thing was the best. Of course, the Mandalorian thing coming in was almost like, the show's flopping. Let's bring in Mando to save this.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was just like they had it planned out and it kind of just all fit at the end. But the last show was amazing, I think. I never thought that the what the heck's the monster called?
The Rancor?
Yeah, the Rancor monster. How could I forget that?
I was going to call it the Kraken. Like, that's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, the Kraken.
The Kraken. Send it, the Kraken.
The Kraken, yeah.
But that's what I thought. That
it's a cave troll.
The Rancor, I thought that was all fake. I thought that the Jabba's, the Hutt sent him in to kill Boba, and they had him all drugged up until Boba's like, "Oh, we're gonna," he's over there petting him, how nice, and then he'll go over there and try and chomp on him. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I never thought he'd be there riding him.
You didn't like the King Kong moment?
I loved it, and I really liked the biker chick. The rest of them, they could get rid of them. Black Krrsantan is awesome. He's the new Chewbacca.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
I wouldn't say a new Chewbacca. He's just a new Wookiee. That's really.
He ran away.
Yeah.
He did run away, and he ran so
Yeah.
weird. It
Yeah.
was a weird.
I didn't
run.
like that part either when he ran away.
I
But I
mean,
guess he was
like,
kind of like confused.
he got shot like 7,000 times, run over, but when he was attacking Boba Fett in the back to tank, he was like, "Oh, I'm scared. Let me run. I'll come
Yeah,
back."
and why didn't he have any weapons other than his knuckles?
Right. So
Like if you're going to kill somebody, you would. I mean, just shoot him
gonna
right in
do
the
it.
back of the tank. Why pull him out and beat him up?
Right,
You're a
just hold him
Wookiee?
under.
Yeah. Rip his arms off and legs. Then he's sitting there like a stub. Can't swim in the back
It's
of them,
just a
right?
flesh wound.
That's right. No, it's not. Your arms off.
It's a mere flesh wound.
No, it's not. What is that then? Oh, how
Come on,
about you?
come at me.
Anyways,
Crazy.
Shawn, what'd you think?
I agree. I mean, I'm okay with a series taking its time to get somewhere. I don't have a problem with a slow moving story. I just I thought it kind of relied too much on flashbacks. I just wish that it had a better way to get that story out instead of he was constantly in the back to tank. It just seemed like such a vulnerable place that the guy is always in the tank. It's like, why didn't somebody just come and kill him off while he was sleeping in the tank? I mean, it just,
He was been there quite long.
but I mean, I thought the bringing in and the fan service of bringing in a bunch of characters that, you know, the Cad Banes and that kind of stuff. I thought that was smart, and I thought that was something that Star Wars has lacked for a long time, and I really appreciated the. I mean, you saw, you know, the smuggler's room where he's got the old toy of his Rancor because everybody remembers the Rancor from the series, and when they brought that back, it's like it's the things that kind of bring the older and the new generation into the series, and I think that is super smart, and I enjoyed it, but I'm really not that hard to please when it comes to most movies. So I can kind of watch it and just appreciate it for what it is. But I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good. Phil, what about you, buddy?
The main reason why I watched it was because I met the kid who played Boba in Attack of the Clones.
Oh, okay. That's the only reason you watched it?
Well, the main reason why I watched it. And
Phil, I don't like you anymore.
What's up, Kaylee?
I'm just kidding.
And then there's anonymous.
I even tweeted about it, like when the show was coming out, and he retweeted me. But that's besides the point.
It really is, Phil.
It was fun. Phil. That was cool. That was cool.
Though.
I'm glad you're still excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
it's been like 2 months now, but you know, no, I don't know how long it's been.
It's not like Phil's been mentioning it every time he comes on.
Yeah, it's been 2 months.
That is cool.
It's been 2 months. I can't resist. But yeah, I thought it was like all right. I mean, kind of like what Josh said, slow burn, but in the end it was good. Ending kind of, but I just overall I kind of wanted more, if that makes sense. And I'm kind of like okay with Boba talking more. Just that removing the helmet was the one that got me like, why? But that's just me.
Right,
that's just
like,
me.
Yeah.
It did kind of take away his mystique, I think.
Yeah.
His toughness. Like he was a mystery man before. And then he always has his helmet off.
Yeah.
But I
did it off, talking, putting it back on.
And I agree with Dax. I don't think fan service is a bad thing. I think that's a smart thing, and I'm glad they're doing it.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy seeing Bane and Boba took it out because I only at the fact that in the Clone Wars they were supposed to duke it out, and I do believe that was supposed to be the death of Cad Bane. But then Disney bought Star Wars and canceled that because I think originally season 6 of the Clone Wars was supposed to be longer, so I did enjoy that fight only because of that reason. That we finally got to see the Boba versus Cad Bane.
Well, supposedly they had a duel and it was a stalemate. They both shot each other and they were laying there, I think.
Oh, really?
I read that somewhere or saw pictures, or maybe it was part of that script that you're talking about.
Maybe.
They never showed.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, Cad Bane's not dead.
Oh, man, I love Cad Bane.
I agree.
You didn't look at his chest.
Yeah, his
life,
It was still
lights were
lit up.
blinking.
Yep.
Yeah. Such an awesome character.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
agreed.
I think they should have lowered, like in the Clone Wars, though, they should have lowered his mouth a little bit and, made his nose a little bit more squarish.
I think you look pretty good.
I thought he looked fantastic.
I
Here's how
liked
much
it too,
I know.
because-
I thought he was an original character, like a brand new character. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. I've never watched the Clone Wars
The
or
Clone
Rebels.
Wars, yeah.
So when this guy showed up, I'm like, oh, he's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And then I went on Twitter and everybody ruined
He's
my
slimy.
moment. They're like, oh, it's so good to see Cad Bane back. I'm like, ooh, oh,
Yeah.
well, darn. That was a magical moment for me for about, half an hour.
He's also on the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a chance
Yeah,
to
he's
check it out.
awesome.
Yes,
He's a
he
very
is, right.
slippy, slimy guy. He's always
It was
getting
very
away.
intriguing. Very intriguing person.
Yeah.
He's the Clint Eastwood of Star Wars.
I was just going to
Oh, you
say
can
that.
tell. Although my first impression
The
was here
bad
comes Zorro.
ones.
That's what I was like, oh great, here comes Zorro. And then he lifted his head, like, oh, he's cool.
His rim wasn't long enough. It wasn't wide enough.
That's awesome.
Well, there's some stuff you have to remember too that you can get away with animation, but it doesn't work in the real world. So if his hat would have been really floppy, it would have taken and longer because that would have that's what would happen.
And
I made it more childish and less interesting.
And see, Tabitha, I agree with you 100%, and that's what I was going to say to Dan is because when I first got out of high school, what I wanted to do was animation, and so animation is just a whole different thing because when you bring something to life on screen, you have two different options, and you either do it with practical effects where you do makeup effects, or you have to computer animate it now. And if they had done his face all in computer animation, I don't think I would have liked it as much. It looked like it was a practical effect. It looked like it was a mask and makeup, and that's the thing I liked about it is because you kind of had to put the mouth in a realistic place to fit an actor underneath.
Versus
and
a cartoon.
I enjoyed that. I liked because I didn't like it when George Lucas went and redid all the special effects in the first 3 movies and did them all in computer animated and did all this. I like the practical effects of trying to do it and doing what you had the technology to do at the time. And I don't know, I'm just a giant nerd and I like all the models and all the cool stuff. And,
well,
I agree with that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And my thing is that I did like it. I did like the makeup and everything, but like you could do practical plus like add just a little bit of animation, and it would make it so much better. It's just my opinion.
I love this teeth too.
Yeah.
And you could definitely do that. Just ask Luke.
Yeah. For real.
Anyways,
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
That's a 2-hour explanation of that.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. No kidding.
That's but the makeup reminded me of the Grinch. Honestly,
that's what I was thinking of Aedo the whole time Dan was talking about that. I'm like, I wonder what
makeup?
Aedo
the
Cad Bane's.
Just the way his mouth moved and stuff. It just reminded me of, oh man, that's the Grinch. Smoking,
It was nice to see
on that Aedo. How do you feel? How does that make you feel inside? Okay, he's just over there rubbing his knuckles. I noticed, and he's just real
he's
quiet.
Waiting for his chance.
That's right.
Yeah, his turn.
What's up, Uncle Mike? How you doing?
Hey, Uncle Mike.
Hi, Uncle Mike. And I also want to say hi to the Science Fictionary. What's up? So Aedo,
What's up?
Did you watch the show? What'd you think?
Absolutely loved it.
Loved it.
There's the only thing that I had a problem with, and it's from the beginning, is those little Vespa scooters things. That didn't fit.
For Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, it just didn't. It didn't. And then that guy doing the spin for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
It's a Michael Bay moment, for the director,
Yeah.
Michael. Was it Bad Boys? That camera tilts and he's there and he's doing this spin. And I'm like,
There's a time and a place, and that wasn't it.
I agree.
no,
Yeah, that wasn't it.
It wasn't like a dodging a laser or nothing. He was just spinning.
Yeah, or like there's some guys behind him that he was shooting at the same time.
No, it's crazy.
It was.
So,
Yeah, it was
other than that, I mean, everything about the show is fantastic. I mean, from the practical effects to the special effects to music and everything. I think it's fantastic. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, so to me, I'm like Shawn. You can make me pretty happy. You just show me Star Wars, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
excited.
like having you guys on.
Mandalorian, Grogu, it's too cute. I love that little thing. To see him back in the mix, I was like, yeah, because I like him. I think he's awesome. He's the cutest little thing in the world. Especially at the end, if anybody hasn't seen it, when he's tapping on the glass to Mando.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm doing it.
Such a kid.
They stole the show, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they came in. Mando came in and just rocked it, man. He typically would. He killed it. I think you sent me something the other day, Dave. That what did he call it? Couples therapy with Mando and Boba.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Someone sent that to me too.
Yeah, Mando's like, Boba's like yelling at Mando for stealing the show, and they're kind of bickering back and forth. Oh, you got to see it. It's hilarious.
I've seen that one. Yep.
I like that one. Mighty Moron.
Scooter Rangers.
No, I don't like it.
I like the girl. The girl. What do they call her? Joan Jett or something? They're calling her Joan Jett.
Judy
I like Joan Jett.
Even their acting, that group of characters, even their acting is horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they didn't.
Except for
but
Joan Jett.
Also, they didn't really have much to go on, really, either, because they were just kind of like standing there, like
Dave's just like a girl. Dave doesn't care. She can do one tooth, one strand of hair. She thinks it's hot.
I love her robotic arm.
Yeah.
Sexy. Red. Yeah.
Sounds like
He's trying to say he likes a girl with spare parts. I get it. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh snap!
and her tiny little gun.
I won't tell your wife.
I'm human, Dan. Come on. I'm human.
She got that little laser from Men in Black, the cricket.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, that's exactly
the
what
noisy
that reminded
cricket.
me
Yeah. Hey, what
Supposed
did
to
you
do his
guys
dang
think?
thing.
What did you guys think when you seen the X-wing come in with R2 in the back and it opens up and nobody's in there?
Oh, I knew it was going to happen immediately.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was good.
It was expected.
I
wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have very much emotion when it happened because it was just like, oh yeah, I figured that would happen.
Yeah, Grogu.
You
I
didn't
mean,
expect Luke?
No, because you couldn't see him. The cockpit was empty, and the only reason
But
R2
not
would
at
come
first.
over would be, oh yeah, absolutely, was that it was going to be Grogu in there. Absolutely.
I was honestly disappointed when we didn't see Luke in there. It would have been like nice to see like Luke saying, "Yeah, pretty much give this kid to Mando. I'm tired of him," or something like that.
Well, I'm wondering if they did that because since they're trying to tie in the series with the sequels, if they're kind of like showing Luke becoming more distant, if you will, because he is a lot different than what he is in the originals.
Well,
in his mindset. And so I wonder if that's just kind of like a first step into, it's like, well, fine, if you want to leave, you can leave. Nobody's keeping you here. And by the way, I'm not going to escort you.
Well, I would have I'm in the camp where I would have loved to see Luke allowing Grogu to go into attachments, which essentially that's what he did, but in a way where okay, I'll let you go into attachment, but you can still essentially be a Jedi, because that's the same route I essentially did in the original trilogy. I would like to see that the circle come around.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Phil, because I thought at one point when Grogu was out there, all of a sudden he was going to have the lightsaber, and I was going to go, oh, so Luke let him do it all, and I didn't see that, so obviously that wasn't the plan.
Right.
Now, that would have been a good plan. I would have liked that.
And the Luke on this one looked way better than the one in the last one.
Agreed.
Yes, I agreed totally.
Deep fake on this one was so spot on.
So do you think the whole plan for this is now that's who the Mandalorian, that's who he'll go to for new jobs? Do you think that this was a way of just keeping that and building the storyline for him to go back and visit Boba Fett, or how do you think that that'll work out?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah, just
asking everybody. I'm trying to think.
I just was wondering if you thought that this is going to he's going to revisit there, and that's where he's going to get his new quests that he goes on.
Yeah, because remember he's got ousted already from the clan. So now this is where he makes his home, makes his stands, and I agree with you.
Yeah, however, Boba Fett said this isn't the life for me anymore.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but I really think Mando is really into his clan because they kind of saved him, right? So I think he's going to try and go back and redeem himself.
Yeah, he seems to be deeply orthodox in the belief, and so I would think, with that being the case, he would do what he needs to do in order to.
As far as going back to see Luke, I'm not so sure about that. I think that they were kind of bringing that in to maybe have it so Ahsoka, like he could be on the Ahsoka show too. They could kind of like move him around, and that's what I love about this whole thing, is that it's all like intertwined, like on the same time frame. I think,
right?
Like supposedly in the, I might be jumping the gun here, but the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is going to be like a lot of the same because he's going to be on Tatooine. Blah blah blah. So we'll see.
Well, there will be. I've heard rumors that he won't be on Tatooine the entire show because something might happen to young Princess Leia, where it makes Obi-Wan go off planet. Which I don't know how I feel about that at the moment.
Yeah, I heard he's going to be traveling or something like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't mind Tatooine. I like it.
I like that all of these shows are giving a home for characters that you really didn't get to see in the movies that were in books and they were in cartoons and they were. I mean, even like the Andor series, I loved the Shore Troopers. I mean, I built a Shore Trooper costume after seeing them, and the fact that now they get a new home and they get to be on screen again. I mean, I just think that this whole Disney Plus taking advantage of all of these stories is for a fan of any series. I mean, whether it's Marvel or Disney, I mean, it's just a really cool other platform that you get to have more stories without having to do it in a theater.
And it seems like, Shawn, we're all kind of the same age where we didn't have nothing growing up. We had the movies, the 3 movies, and then boom, it's gone. For years, we had nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, every time anything Star Wars came out, you know that we were all over it. I mean, even the Ewok shows and that Christmas holiday special. You know what I mean?
The Ewok Adventures.
Just wanted more. You know? We were deprived.
Probably was better that way.
Cut in here.
And Dax, if that is true, that is fantastic. I don't know if you read Dax's comment, but that's true, the kind of thing that gives me hope as somebody that makes stupid Star Wars stuff at home on YouTube. If I ever got that call to do something for a movie, I mean, can you imagine how exciting that would be if that is true?
And you need a job.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Maybe it's coming, Shawn.
Don't tease.
Just keep going, buddy.
From what I've heard, it's true that they hired the guy because he did such a phenomenal job.
That too.
That's fantastic.
I'm kind of mixed feeling on that. I do love seeing Luke, and it seems like him, but I kind of know in the back that it's not.
Well, it's kind of wooden, and I don't really agree with
for
it
me
personally. Like, I think it's cool and it's pretty. amazing how far we've come in technology to recreate characters. However, I just think it's a cheap, and I say this not necessarily in the financial aspect.
You better watch yourself.
It's a cheap way out, and it's not authentic. I don't mind if they include original characters in a very short snippet, like the way they did in Rogue One with Princess Leia to kind of tie it into A New Hope. But to have an entire episode, or at least a majority of the episode, with one of the original characters, I don't agree with that, because I've stated it before. I think that it's taking away from the person themselves, the actor. If we could just recreate all the characters that we want to, then I think it diminishes all the work and the effort and all the achievements that the actors have gone through to get to where they are and in their careers. It just cheapens acting, in my opinion, because
I agree with that.
we no longer have Carrie Fisher with us. That's okay. We'll just use her daughter and recreate her. Well, as much as her daughter looks quite a bit like her and maybe has some of her spunk, she'll never be Carrie Fisher. Nobody will ever be John Wayne again. Nobody will ever be, Clint Eastwood. I think it cheapens it and sells itself short. It's really cool gimmick, but that's really what it is.
I was thinking that, Dan.
and I agree with that, because I actually, and I realize I'm one of only 12 people that probably liked it, but I actually liked the solo Star Wars story. I thought it was.
I loved it too.
Okay, good. Then you're one of the 12 of us. Because everybody hated that, and I really enjoyed it, because I thought it was a great way to see another side of it, and I like that they hired another actor to play Han Solo instead of actually trying to digitize him into that. I enjoyed that, and I thought it was really good, and I was hoping for another one, and everybody hated it, so they canned the idea of doing another one, and it's like, maybe Disney Plus will pick it up.
I'm not so sure that they hated it. I think it was kind of a bad time when it came out.
Yeah,
because that's when they were kind of it was after the movies like Force Awakens and all that, wasn't it?
Well, it was after the Last Jedi. It was like right after the Last Jedi, and it came out in May.
People had a bad taste in their mouth.
So the hate for the Last Jedi kind of bled over to Solo, which came out in May that year. Yeah, and it wasn't exactly a bad movie per se. It was just a bad Star Wars movie, if that makes sense.
No, I loved everything about it.
I didn't really like.
I really enjoyed it. Really, you didn't like it?
It was okay, but I'm okay with never actually seeing it again. Like, I saw it once, okay, all right, but I'll be happy if I never see it again. I just, I didn't really like the guy as Han, and I thought they made too many changes that were ridiculous, and I just don't really like the route that they're going, because, and that's my thing, because of the fact that they have decanonized the EU, I'm just ticked off. So many things are changing that, sure, they can.
There's a whole bunch of content that they could have used.
Yeah, they could label it Star Wars, and in my opinion, doesn't make it Star Wars. Just because it has a name on it doesn't make it real. And everybody can print out a title these days.
As long as there's war in the stars, it'll be Star Wars. Right?
I mean, I'm not saying that everything that Disney is doing with Star Wars is awful. I think some of the stuff that they've done is absolutely brilliant. I think what's really hard for me, or difficult for me to accept, is what they're doing to the original characters. They're recreating the original characters with different backstories, different ideas. What I really love about The Mandalorian was the fact that we pretty much got brand new characters. So the fandom can't really bicker and fight too much about these new characters, because we don't know anything about them except for the little ties that they had. You know, The Mandalorian here obviously reminded us of Boba Fett in some ways, but he was different. Cara Dune, we didn't know anything about her, but she was part of the rebellion, so we know that, you know, kind of what her, a little bit of her backstory was there, and just different elements of that. But we couldn't really argue necessarily about the show as far as the characters are concerned. But now you've got the fandom tearing each other apart because they liked the young Han Solo, but they didn't because he was this, or the fact that they're changing Luke because of the sequels and he never would have acted that way, or something like this. And the fact that Han Solo and Princess Leia ended up separated, divorced, not married. I don't really know what the story is.
What happened there? Yeah.
That's like 30, that when the movies came out, that's like 30 plus years of history that they just washed away and expect us to accept. And I guess some people did, but I really enjoyed those stories. And I just don't know. I've said it before and I'll just say it again. I do not know why they did not take an idea from the books and use like the usual bomb. Why didn't they make an alien race trying to take over the galaxy instead of basically recreating the original trilogy just with special lights and brand new people? Because that's essentially what they did. They just rehashed the old trilogy
and kill everybody off.
When they could have done something really miraculous. And they didn't have to follow the EU exactly, but there was so much in there that they could have done that would have been completely different from the originals. And I guess that's why I have a little bit of a hard time with anything.
We waited for 30 years and that's what they gave us, man.
Well, I'm at this point where like I'm okay with them like discrediting, like not discrediting, but disassociating or decanonizing what is now Legends, because that is sacred. So I'm okay with them like bringing in their own new Legends, but I feel like most fans are like mad that they didn't go back and really honor the characters.
It's both sides of the fence there. Just my personal thing. It's just that they're trying to, and there's a conspiracy theory out there that and I'm not as huge a Luke fan as I assume everybody else here is. Not that I don't like him. Like, I think he's a fantastic character. I loved him in the originals. I loved him with the 3 and even in the books. But from what I've heard, they've totally just gutted and kind of destroyed everybody's idea of who Luke is as a person and as a Jedi Master. And I just think it's really sad that Star Wars brought people together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm going to interject it because what they did to Luke in the past 3, they made him into a wimp.
Right.
And Luke was never like that.
Never. No.
Yeah, I have to agree.
No, I agree.
Never like that.
True.
Yeah. Totally changed
but I will
his
say
character.
this: if you watch,
that's why he was mad.
If you watch The Last Jedi,
he would never got a lightsaber and go
as like its own movie and not really part of Star Wars. If you watch it, I mean, Mark Hamill does do a really good acting job in that situation.
But he changed.
Why didn't Mark Hamill do more movies? That's my question. Why did he just stick with like Star Wars and then that's a couple?
He couldn't take off that golden disco outfit that he was wearing on that show.
It wasn't his fault because after like Star Wars, it was hard for him to get any other job because everybody kept on calling him or associating him with Luke Skywalker. Yeah. So then he went to voice acting to become like the Joker, which is his other most iconic role outside of Luke Skywalker.
It's weird that Harrison Ford never had that problem. Like, he just went on to make a bajillion and 2 different kinds of movies. But, he's always the same dude. Like, he's literally the same guy in every movie, just with a different name and occupation.
Yeah.
It's like Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, every one of his movies, he's the exact same story and the same guy.
Yeah.
I think the only time he veered off slightly may have been in Phantom Menace, just because he didn't have a gun. And he had long hair. But yeah, he's like the same guy.
I like Liam Neeson in that I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's like in the 1700s or something like that, maybe. He like fences with people, and I forget the name of the movie.
He sits with people? What did you say?
He was like an Irishman, and he had a sword. I guess I just need to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about Michael Collins?
Oh, Liam Neeson.
No, I meant the movie. Isn't that movie called Michael Collins?
Oh, I don't know.
We lost Whitey.
Uh-oh.
Whitey's like, I'm out.
Usually that's my thing.
I couldn't find it. Forget it. I'm gone.
You mean Rob Roy, Dan?
Yes, that movie.
Roy, the Scotsman.
Scotsman. Yes.
Wasn't he?
Now you got me.
Yeah.
The sketchy guy goes, Highlander?
See, that's what I was thinking.
That would have been cool if he was in Highlander.
Like, is he in that?
Rob Roy.
Good.
Yes, everybody. You got me. Rob Roy. And I was just about looking it up, too. Yes.
Rob Roy.
That's
Yeah,
a good movie.
don't come to the youngster of the group to find out what movie Stan's interested in.
But all I was saying is he didn't have a gun in that movie. And
nobody stole his daughter, or he wasn't trying to get anybody back.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't go
I don't know
line
about
you.
that. There was that one guy where he's like, "I will kill you."
He has a certain particular set of skills, right?
Right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's something else. All right, we just butchered the heck out of Star Wars.
Yeah, sorry.
It was Tabitha's fault.
Sorry, I know. I'm like the odd man out. That seems to be like my history of late. I just I don't know. Maybe it's because I see the world differently. I don't know.
It's a compliment because you and I'm making fun of myself, but you're a reader. And I don't usually read a lot of the stuff for Star Wars, so I don't have that same passion for the books and I have a lot of friends that love the books and the novels and all the canon stuff that comes from that, but I didn't read a lot of them, so my Star Wars knowledge and my love of Star Wars is flashing pictures and stuff for stupid people.
Oh, no.
So I don't have a lot of the same passion for the novelization part of the series. So that's the only thing. You're smarter. You have more patience for getting into that and getting into the deep nuances of that. So it's a whole different side of it that you're coming from.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. Well, thank you.
I mean, also. Oh, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to kind of tie it into the Obi-Wan series. I don't know everything about Obi-Wan.
Oh, you let him back in for the love of
you let him back in, and he had to pay admittance this time. But in the new Obi-Wan show, they're saying that they're going to be having Vader come and fight Obi-Wan at least 2 different times. And I've been seeing that several diehards are very upset because this would negate the severity and the momentum in A New Hope when Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight on the Death Star, because that was supposedly supposed to be the first time they'd ever fought each other since Anakin turned to the dark side. Does that bother anybody? I mean, if some of you are not as into the books as others,
I guess it depends on how they implement it.
I was going to say that too, because if they do it in a way that's like a forced vision, where like we get one side, maybe Obi-Wan's point of view, and the other one is like Darth Vader's point of view, and maybe it's a forced vision of like the Force trying to tell whoever we see on the other, like who's having the forced vision, this person's alive, this person's still around, then I'll be okay with it. And I feel like a lot of fans will be okay with that too. But if they're actually like duking it out, I think that's where like Star Wars will have the backlash again. That's just me.
Okay. Because there's a conspiracy that they're trying to undermine George Lucas's work altogether and eventually recreate the original trilogy. Does anybody get those vibes? Since you guys have been into Star Wars longer than I, does anybody get vibes like that with some of this new stuff?
If you're asking my personal opinion, I think that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are going to be more and more involved in this, and I think that both of them really respect what he put together, and if they have any say in it, I don't think they'll let that happen.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
Somebody did say Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I don't know what to think either. I just want more Star Wars. But
well, with little things like that,
we were let down with the sequels.
Yeah,
I still like them, but I wish they could have did better.
I agree with Rare Blend we just posted.
Better would be better.
That? Yeah, I mean that's
Kathleen Kennedy has made it a point.
Yeah, you could always tell when her hands are in it.
Yeah, like agree.
those
agree.
trucksters, I think, are part of her thing.
I agree.
I think that's where the conspiracy comes from. They're afraid because of all these little things that are popping up that they're redoing about the characters. It's like, are they? Yeah. It could be that in the next 10 years, we could all of a sudden get this trailer on YouTube where they're redoing a new.
It just doesn't make sense. Let's kill them all and then we'll bring them back digitally.
Yeah. I don't even think they'd bring him back digitally. I think they would retell the story with maybe a feminist or some kind of woke agenda, which doesn't make any sense. But we have noticed that in the entertainment industry, a lot of the stuff coming out these days doesn't seem to make sense. It doesn't seem to cater to the masses. It only caters to the few. So we're just like, what's going on?
Yeah, and I'm fine with any storyline that anyone wants to put together and whatever makes sense for that story. I just don't like it when you force the story that, or whatever the agenda is, or whatever you're trying to put out there. I mean, it just seems like sometimes a lot of that is forced to please that minority or whatever it is, and I don't. That's the part I don't agree with. And if it naturally flows, go for it. I just don't like it when it's forced.
Yeah, agree there. Yeah. I don't know.
Just like Rey and Kylo. That was forced.
Oh, it was totally organic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Reylo.
Because in the first movie, they liked each other from the beginning. I actually thought it was going to be Rey and Finn that was going to get together and be like, hey.
I'm glad it wasn't, because plutonic, there's nothing, that's the thing too that gets so frustrating. There's nothing wrong with a platonic relationship, and I'm glad that they didn't go that route with Rey and Finn, because that felt natural to me. Like they felt like friends. They didn't feel like potential love interests.
And I think after The Force Awakens, that's where a lot of people's mind went, but I'm with Tabitha on this one.
That's right. High five.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should go back in time.
We should.
Yeah, just cut them out.
Stop them before it starts.
Yeah.
But
right. The Force Awakens definitely had potential.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It really did.
It was set up to be so good, and then the next movie comes in just...
Well, to me, Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One was
I really enjoyed that.
I agree.
That was perfect.
That was Star
Wars.
How many times have you watched
everybody?
Yes, new characters.
How many times have you watched Rogue One?
I haven't stopped.
It's still playing in the background even now.
I think the way that they seamlessly brought the two movies together with the end of Rogue One, I thought that was just brilliant. I don't think that movie gets enough credit for how well done that was.
Yeah, Rogue One was out of the park. That was beautiful.
I know a guy who said it was so boring he fell asleep in the first 10 minutes of the movie. He's like, it was a horrible movie. I was like, well, how would you know if you fell asleep?
You don't still talk to him, right?
Only on Thursdays.
Even if it sucks, you don't fall asleep. Come on.
I know, right?
I'm like, a true Star Wars fan. There's no way.
I was like, and then they were saying something, from what I understand, there was something about there was like no Jedi, and he's like the blind dude at the end that doesn't make any sense or whatever like that. I'm like, number one,
was awesome.
Number one, not everything in Star Wars needs to be about the Jedi, which I think was the brilliance of this movie. Personally, that we had something Star Wars without Jedi, which I love Jedi, but it's nice that we could get something that expands the universe instead of keeping it contained in this itty bitty box. And then the second thing, I'm like, not everybody who is force sensitive is a Jedi. So I mean, like, you have tons of characters throughout the universe that are force sensitive, but they've never had any formal training or whatever like that. So I'm like, you just need to calm down. Just go to bed.
There was this one kid who said that he fell asleep, that I went to cry with. He said that he fell asleep through Rogue One as well. And he said, it was boring. There were no lightsabers. So I brought out my phone, showed him the Vader scene. He said, oh my God, I got to rewatch the movie now.
What scene?
When Darth Vader brings out, I guess.
I have to say,
it
had been much like Whitey was talking about earlier, when Dave was saying that it has been so long for us that grew up with the original trilogy in between them. When I was sitting there at the theater at the premiere night for Rogue One, I have to admit, when the the music started and stuff, I got a little teary eyed. I mean, it was like my eyes kind of welled up, and I'm like, oh, it's back. It was such a cool feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Disney, for getting our hopes up.
Yeah,
shattering our dreams.
Oh, and just one quick. Well, I have to say it because I watched it again today. I watched a snippet of the Darth Vader scene in Rogue One, and Darth Vader was awesome, coming down the hallway, taking out everybody. I have to say, in that one episode of the Book of Boba Fett, when 3 Jedi got taken out by 7 clone troopers. What was that all about? Because then we have like somebody like Darth Vader. I understand he's like the all-powerful, whatever, mystic lord there. But he took out like 7 or 8 dudes all by himself. But 3 Jedi, well, it was a little above our pay grade, so we just died. Anyway.
I always did hate that scene where how many Jedi was there? 4, including Mace Windu and Palpatine, when they went after Palpatine. And he went in there. Did his little spin and killed 3 of them, and then it's just him and Mace Windu. I was like, what?
Well, I think
just took them out so easily.
I think the whole answer for the reason why the clone troopers took out the Jedi so easily was because, Palpatine kind of shrouding the Jedi's vision to predict the future. I think the whole Order 66 part kind of blinded the Jedi completely, where few Jedi like Obi-Wan and Yoda were able to react. So like most of the Jedi died or turned to Inquisitors.
I saw somebody said something about that they were overwhelmed. Literal answer somebody put on Twitter that the Jedi, because of everything that was going on, they were so overwhelmed emotionally because they could feel everybody dying. And it's like, I don't think that's how that works. And even still, then there's no excuse.
Even if it worked like that, they wouldn't be focusing on it.
But remember Yoda when was it Coruscant exploded? He was like, he got weak. Remember that? He was like, I just felt like
when Alderaan
millions of screams or something.
No, I get that, but I mean, a billion plus people versus whatever's going on. But I mean, but Obi-Wan wasn't in the heat of battle. You think that Obi-Wan would have been like, "Oh my goodness!" Right when somebody was shooting at him? I don't think that just didn't seem like a reasonable thing to.
Shut up there!
That was Obi-Wan, Dave, not Yoda.
No, it was Yoda.
You don't know Star Wars.
Coruscant didn't blow up.
Star Wars freak.
Coruscant was the
Coruscant was the city. Yeah, Coruscant was a big planet city, but it was Alderaan, which was the Princess Leia's homeworld, that got destroyed.
Remember? They blew up Alderaan.
Maybe I have them mixed up. All I remember is Yoda there. Like
he doesn't remember now.
It wasn't
all. You're thinking when Yoda was doing the whole part was when he was filming his friends dying in the forest from Order 66.
Shawn left us
on Kashyyyk.
He ran away.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, Phil. Yeah. We got it confused with the other.
Yeah. Corn fused.
Welcome back, Shawn.
Yeah.
Missed ya.
What's with all the problems tonight? Maybe it's the 2-2-2-2-2
It's Tuesday. It's messing with everybody. Yeah, there's it happens to be a full moon tonight too, does it?
Is it?
See, Tabitha can attest. Tabitha can attest because she's been on my channel like 3 times. Usually, I got the internet issues.
I've had to take over Phil's stream sometimes because Phil disappears and I'm left with the chat on his channel.
Disappears a lot.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah, let's just talk about Phil.
I even had one friend DM me saying, "Phil, when you left, he got so prettier."
There goes Dave.
The one time when you took over.
Yeah.
Said, wow, thanks.
Hey,
So, do we want to talk about some Back to the Future stuff? Oh, hey! Over there.
That's what happens with a full moon. Whitey turns into a dragon.
Dave, I love that mask. Where'd you get it?
He took off his real face. That's what you got.
Oh my!
What happened?
You see what I mean?
Dave,
Man, he does a good makeup job, doesn't he?
Me too, man. I appreciate it, Dan.
Hey, no problem.
You are the best.
So what are you gonna do with that mask?
I'm probably eventually gonna make a boss dude.
A boss dude? Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
I don't know
fun
how
to
I'm
see.
gonna make that crazy outfit he's got on.
Yeah.
Right? And he's got like these long forearms. Don't forget about that.
Oh, definitely. Holding the weapons. Hold on.
He has to turn. He knocks everything over.
Oh, I got to do some crafts.
No elbows. It's just arms.
Like an old-fashioned Barbie.
That's exactly it. It's the most horrible character when it comes to that one.
I always liked them, though. I always liked Bosk.
Yeah. All right, Back to the Future. We doing it?
Yeah. Let's talk about Back to the Future. Since, Back to the Future is Back to the Future.
Well, and it was mentioned in Star Wars, so it's a nice little segue there.
There you go. That's right. With those speeder bikes. You know, and that chase almost reminds you of, like when Biff hits the cart.
The manure?
Sure. Yeah, the manure.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice
3 times.
That would have been nice if he did that in the
whole Book of Fett was riddled with scenes from other movies. Even when the Rancor climbs up the mountain, the thing is King Kong. That was and then he reaches out. I'm waiting for a banner to swing behind him, and then it's Jurassic Park.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, come on.
And then he roars.
You're like, oh, great. Music in the background.
Yeah.
Loved it.
All they need now is like Willy Wonka.
Oh my gosh.
A bunch of little midgets just running everywhere. It'll be great.
You and your midgets.
The Jawas, right?
I love midgets.
Right? Got the Jawas.
I love small people.
You're such a
Small people.
pepinillo. Pepinillo.
You got the Jawas. Don't forget
The Jawas. Yeah, those are my little people, man.
There you go.
I thought you were going to go Chocolate River and you went midgets. I don't know what happened.
We can throw the Chocolate River in there.
Chocolate River is good too. Now, which one did you like best? Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory or Charlie in the Chocolate Factory?
No, I like the original.
The original
too.
The original.
Okay.
Even though I love Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
But now,
Too creepy for
did
me.
you guys even like the Johnny Depp one?
no.
Yeah.
No.
That was good.
Sean did? Yeah.
Again,
like Johnny
I'm easy
Depp.
to please.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
No.
Gene Wilder, but Willy Wonka as a whole, the whole movie freaked me out as a kid. I don't like it. It's just like what happened to the children. And I tell you what gave me nightmares as a kid was that little girl who ate the piece of candy and she turned into a giant blueberry.
Yeah.
That freaked the snot out of me
blueberry
as a kid. I don't know why, but any kind of deformation or whatever like that just upset me. And so I don't know. Gene Wilder's great, but the movies are kind of creepy, so I just don't really like it. It's not really my
I
thing.
love Gene Wilder. He was
I love Gene
unbelievable.
Wilder, and I'll tell you that his whole factory would have gone out of business with COVID. Everybody licking the walls. Never going to work.
Yeah.
Try
We were
this,
just
try
actually
that.
talking about this today. And there is a real park opening up in Sweden or Switzerland. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
how are they going to keep that place clean? You know what I
They're
mean?
not.
Everything edible?
Everybody-
Really?
That's
Hey,
awesome.
That's how you
Sorry,
keep your
dude.
immune system better.
You were
right?
talking about Back to the Future. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
I don't know.
always go off the rails here.
Dude, if they got Oompa Loompas, I'm there, bro. I'm taking at least two or three of them home.
Those things creep me out.
One on
too.
each shoulder, right?
Heck yeah.
Really wrong.
In Japan, they call it Riley Wonka.
Really wrong.
Really wrong.
Really
Riley
Wonka.
Wonka.
Riri Ronka.
Really wrong.
Right.
Only he would figure that out.
That's because R2. I was gonna say R2 has his own midget story. He punched a midget.
That's right.
He says he punched. Oh, dude, you punched a midget.
He was at a rave or something. It wasn't a rave. Sorry, R2. I'm making you younger than you really are.
He was at a rave.
I don't know. He was at some. What did he say? He was in a ditch or something like that. I can't remember. He was in something.
Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
Yeah, there you go. Are there any midgets in Back to the Future? Can we tie that in somehow?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Except for Michael J. Fox. He was kind of short.
He was short, but he wasn't like a midget though.
No.
All
right, Back to the Future.
Mosh pit.
Who's up?
Not a ditch, a mosh pit.
That's what it was. Where do you want to start, Dan?
His mom was hot.
I don't know.
Whose
Even
mom?
he thought so.
Was that Leah Thompson? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
ballerina.
That's
It
true.
was. It was.
That's true. That was in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second one, he goes to the future and then goes back. I don't know. And then the third one, he goes way in the past to the Western times. That's right.
Yeah.
And then there you go. I just talked about.
We just talked about we covered everything. Back to the
all three of them.
Yeah, they were all of them were fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what should we talk about Back to the Future. You think they'll make a new one?
The hoverboard.
The hoverboard, yeah.
The hoverboard. I'm
hoverboard.
waiting for that. That would be so. I was.
Did anybody
so much
see
as a
that?
child.
Did anybody see that commercial where they were actually making it look like they made the hoverboard, and they're showing the footage of the kids like doing tricks and stuff? I was like, "Holy crap, for real!" And I was ready to buy one, but it turned out to be a spoof video.
Yeah.
Like, I was so pissed.
Yeah, the closest they've come is that one wheel, which is kind of close. It feels a little like it,
but you're still not hovering.
Don't they call that the same name or something?
I think so.
Well, the two-wheeled ones came out as hoverboards or something else, but it's like I kept telling my cousins and everybody, I'm like, it's not a hoverboard. And they're like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, you understand that in order to hover, it must not be touching the ground. It's a science. Yeah, right. It's factual.
Shawn, you have a one wheel?
No, I would love one though. I have a feeling I'd kill myself on it.
They're about $1,000. They're about $1,000 a piece. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the one wheel is with the one wheel. Right where you stand.
Yeah, in the middle. Yeah, at the trunk.
That's pretty cool. You can go off road with that one too.
Yeah. Really good for filming too.
Yeah.
Yep. Dude, I would definitely die on that.
I would too. I don't have that voice
balance
telling me to say slow down. Don't do that. I'd kill myself on that.
It's always faster.
Exactly.
I can't even keep my balance on two wheels. You know what I mean?
It was Mattel made a movie replica of the hoverboard. It was almost exactly the same. It's a movie prop. Oh, nice. Huh.
Yeah, they put a marketing campaign out, and then they gave the story that they were doing a recall to get people to go in and buy them.
Oh yeah,
I remember that story when I was young. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, Back to the Future to me was awesome.
They did eventually make the Nike shoes, didn't they?
Yeah, and then
but I don't think they stuck in though. Like
no
the movie.
No,
but
and it was a small run.
Yeah, too expensive for me. But would have been cool.
Yeah, all the characters in that movie were just fantastic.
I think they made the shoes in the second movie. There,
yeah,
I think they made them real.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
Zip shoes.
Now, was this like an original story, or was it based off of something else that I'm not aware of? Because I think the creativity of just the premise of this film was brilliant, but I'd hate to find out that it was based off of something else.
I don't think it was. I don't even think there was a book. Was there a book on that, Shawn? I don't think there was.
Back to the Future?
No, I think it was an original thing that was just somebody who wrote, and then it sat on a shelf for a while.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. That they had tried to get somebody to make it way before it actually got made.
Right.
Yeah.
But the technology wasn't there, so they couldn't do it until that point.
It's just such an original story.
So I looked it up on Google, and it says, and I quote, Back to the Future was a novelization tying to the Back to the Future movies written by George Glipp. It was adapted into the Back to the Future the story.
And supposedly the Bill and Ted's movie, I think they were writing it at the same time, but they had to change what they were using because I think they had a van originally. So that when Back to the Future came out with this car, like, man, that's our idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then they had to change it to that phone booth.
Which made it brilliant. Even better when they shoved all those people inside.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love that movie.
To me,
I was working in radio at the time that the first Back to the Future came out, and our radio station actually gave away a DeLorean for the premiere of the movie, which was a ton of fun.
I always loved those cars.
I did get to drive it to the premiere, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
I want one now.
I heard they're not that great.
No.
Just face value.
I still want one. It looks.
It
cool,
wasn't that fancy inside. No.
It looks definitely still cool, right?
Oh God, yeah.
I know that
the scuttlebutt.
that one guy from Retro Blasting has one, and he says he's constantly working on it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
But it's just cool. I'd love to have one.
To me,
they were just giving one away lately.
You can't just 3D print one, Whitey, like in little pieces, and then
don't tell. He'll do it. He'll do it.
Nah, no room for that.
What I was going to say, to me, was I like it because it threw back to the times of the 50s. That era, that time frame where things were
pure,
better.
Yeah.
The quality of living, the way people treated it, and it was a different time, and I enjoy it because I grew up with my dad. You know, I had the wax, you know, not the 8-track tapes and the record players playing 50s music and Johnny B. Good and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I love all
slicked
that.
back.
Yeah, brother.
Leather jacket.
Civilized looking humans.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders.
I enjoyed it. That movie it's perfect for me.
Yeah, cheerleaders, because we don't have those today, you know.
Not like that.
Not the same.
No, not
like
same.
that.
No, not like that.
No.
Yeah.
Now they're
cheerleaders have become more of like furniture dancers.
Nice stand furniture. I like it.
They carry their own poles.
Man, stop shaking the floor.
By the way, Sketchy Guy just sent this to me. He quickly has sketched out all of us.
He said that to me too. I was gonna
That's
share.
so cool.
Why do I look like a peanut?
Dave's over to the.
I love
it. He put a birthday hat on Phil. Isn't that cool?
Phil, you got a hat on.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, there it is. He sent it to me. Okay, wait a minute.
Wait, which one am I?
You're the one on the other side.
With the head.
This was before you left and then came back.
Yeah, you got the giant mustache, dude.
Yeah, you're the weird looking one.
Yeah, you're the walrus looking thing.
Tabitha, I'm gonna beat you up.
Yeah, come on, bring it. Go ahead. You don't know where I live.
He gave Phil a birthday hat.
He has. At first, I was like, "Why is Phil like an elf?" Like I couldn't figure it out at first. And I was
wondering why Phil was bald. It's like that don't look
Well,
like
Phil. you know this whole YouTube thing. It has not been kind to my head all these years. You know.
All your 26 years, bless your heart.
All I notice on Tabitha's picture is the big mouth.
Oh my God!
I'm just kidding. I owed you that one though.
Well, it's funny because I didn't realize that he had drawn the headphones on Shawn, so I thought he actually kind of looked like Doc from Back to the Future, and I was like, oh well, that's a nice little thing. But
no, Shawn reminds me of Bruce Willis on that in that from Die Hard.
There you go.
He looks like
well,
Bruce
because
Willis.
I thought the head things were hair. I thought he made him like balding.
Princess Leia.
Yeah, I'm glad you know. I was not only one with all Star Wars.
Sweet Cinnabons.
That is awesome.
That is cool.
I don't have a thing.
All right, Dan.
Anyways,
Where we going?
What's
yeah,
next?
I guess we're past this comment that I highlighted. So I guess let's. What do you think? Let's just talk about Batman. I mean,
Batman.
Are we done with Back to the Future?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have much else to talk about.
We didn't really
It's
have
not-
a topic besides Back
No,
to the
no, we
Future,
didn't.
so we just kind of like, oh, gap filler,
Yeah,
and then here we are.
Gap filler. That's it. That's it.
Batman, the new one.
Well, before we go on to Batman, do you think Back to the Future should be remade like everything else?
No.
No, definitely not.
Do you think that they might try to make a TV show on it or something?
Yes,
I
and it's
hope.
going
That
to
would
feel
be
like Lord of the Rings
interesting.
going to be.
But
I hope
What?
not.
No.
It's going to feel like the Lord of the Rings show is.
probably.
Just
What
saying.
if they did Back to the Future, but our time now and like 20, 30, 40 years into the future from now?
It
Rather
has
than
potential.
remaking it, expand it.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll meet the aliens in the future. Of course, that's just what Star Trek is anyway, isn't it?
I think they should just start from scratch. If they want, take that idea and do something else. But don't make it Marty McFly and all that, you know?
Yeah, don't.
Right.
All the
Well, I
people we
feel like-
love.
I feel like if
Just
they're
like
going
we
to
were
do that,
talking
then
about
they'll-
with Darth Vader and Obi-Wan coming together and fight. We don't want to see
Mhm.
all the stuff
Renditions.
that already happened.
Right.
Well, I feel like if they're going to do that, then they will need like Marty McFly or Doc.
Does
Most
everyone
likely using Marty
remember the fact
McFly as a pass. To see the
Right.
torch.
I think they should
The-
use Samuel McFly, which would be his grandson or great grandson.
They just need new stories. Come on.
Has anyone ever seen the Back to the Future cartoon?
I want to say I have, like briefly, but
Was it a Saturday morning one?
I don't know. That's all they're
I
saying.
don't know. I don't remember that.
There was a cartoon. I remember there was a cartoon
Must not have been
called
popular.
Marty, maybe, and it was like supposedly Marty McFly and Doc. I don't remember, but
came out in 1991.
the Back to the Future cartoon.
Dax. Oh wow.
Looks familiar to anybody?
No.
Oh no,
Okay.
but that looks cool.
I was probably watching Barney at the time, so I didn't care.
No, you weren't even born at the time this was made.
So I was playing video games in my mom's womb, even though I wasn't even conceived then.
Boy, that must have been uncomfortable for her.
Really was.
Okay, the show is
That's
called
why I
Rick and
kicked almost
Morty.
in the room.
You guys remember? You guys know that show, right?
Rick and Morty.
Rick
I've
and
heard of
Morty.
it. I've
I
never
think
watched.
supposedly there's supposed to be Marty McFly and Doc, but I don't know.
I think Rick and Morty came out like about 5 years ago, based off of memory.
But yeah. Anyways, no, it's kind of a gross show. Anyways,
From what I've
I
heard.
watched it a couple of times and I'm like, not.
Oh,
not
I take
for
that
me.
back.
Not for me.
Rick and Morty came out 9 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was a little bit.
Yeah, 9
older.
years ago.
Wow, I never put those two together. Really? Is that supposed to be them?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I guess at least that's what I've heard on like little interviews.
Weird.
And stuff. Yeah.
Is it any good?
No, not really.
From what I've heard, my cousin has told me it is raunchy.
Well, it depends. Like, I've
very
seen a few
raunchy.
episodes. It's not my cup of tea, but so it kind of depends on where you're at. It depends
Was
on
it
where
like
you're
Ren
at.
and Stimpy?
I don't remember. I
No.
wasn't really paying attention too much.
Was it
So.
like Ren and Stimpy?
You can see the two older guys are just completely silent.
Yeah,
Well,
no idea.
What do you
It's,
mean?
it's
I'm
an
older than
adult
you are.
cartoon, though, right? So, I mean, it has
I
adult
know who Ren and
themes in it.
Stimpy are.
Yeah, I'm older than everybody here.
Loosely based. Okay, sorry. So it was loosely based on them.
Okay.
So
Well, before we actually talk about the new The Batman, because it's not just Batman, it's The Batman, can I go around the room and ask who is everybody's favorite Batman? Maybe starting with, we'll start with Whitey instead of Shawn. Let's just, mix it up.
on the other side. Yeah.
Kind of a bad person to talk about Batman because I only watched, I need to play the catch-up game. Like, I didn't see any of the Dark Knight stuff. Probably the last one was I can't even remember. It's been
Adam
too
West.
long.
Oh.
No,
not that old.
Who was the guy?
There was Michael Keaton. There was
Michael
George
Keaton.
Clooney. There was Val Kilmer. Okay. Oh, okay.
No, the last movie I seen was where Negan was his dad. Whatever that one was.
With
Negan from The Walking Dead?
Oh, I don't know who Negan is.
Anybody watch The Walking Dead?
What were the villains? Who were the villains? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Batman's dad.
Batman's dad. Mr.
Thomas Wayne.
Calculator.
I don't know. I can't find it. Can't find it.
Tim's talk. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Tim.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not a guy for Batman. Sorry. They're great. I just need to catch up.
Okay. What about you, Phil?
Someone likes Batfleck, and Christian Bale is second.
Well, that depends for like if you're talking about animated, then it's Kevin Conroy. Like animated video games is Kevin Conroy. But if you're talking about live action, it's kind of Kevin Conroy because he made a cameo as Bruce Wayne in the Arrowverse Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, there you go.
But if you're actually talking about people who are actually both Bruce Wayne and Batman in live action, then Christian Bale.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Terrible choice, but Shawn, it's your turn.
This is the only time that I can kind of join you in the reading thing because I have some old comics of Batman, and Batman was always, to me, the Dark Knight. So I always liked a more teetering on the edge between good guy and bad guy version of Batman. And so that's why when I saw the commercials for the Batman, that kind of resonated more with the Batman that I was used to from the comics. So I kind of liked the Ben Affleck Batman. I liked the Christian Bale Batman, but they both played more of a darker version of the superhero. I thought Michael Keaton did a much better job acting and brought more of a human side to Batman. But to me, the darker Batman, the Dark Knight version of Batman is more what I remember and kind of connected with.
What was the before Aedo? What was the one where it was like Batman and Superman? Who played that part?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck and
what? I did
Henry
see that
Cavill.
one. That one was pretty good. Yeah.
But Affleck was Batman like 2016.
It's been a while.
Unless if you were talking about an older movie.
No, I think he's talking
No, it's
about
probably that one.
Yeah, it's probably that.
I think Wonder Woman even showed up. That
yes, that would be
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Steve says Michael Keaton's the best Batman.
Yeah, I liked him the best.
Aedo, your turn.
Well, if we throw it back in the days, if you're looking to colorful Batman, Adam West.
Adam West. Yeah.
Colorful.
I'm sad that he never made a cameo in any other Batman movies.
Yeah, because it was TV. It's colorful. It was vibrant. It was fun.
Bam, pow.
Yeah.
And I loved it when they brought him into SpongeBob as I mean, I thought that was great too. That was
wait, which character?
He was the superhero, and
Was
I'm
he
drawing a blank on
Aquaman?
his. Yes, Aquaman.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I forget the names of the two.
It's not Aquaman, but yes.
Yeah, the old dudes. Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Adam West was also in that very Odd Parents show as Catman, which was a parody of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm probably the only one who knows about it. Please, TD, save me. I'm hired you, TD.
Oh, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
That's it. There you go.
I love them.
That's right.
Then you transition into what we saw in the theater, which I would agree with. Michael Keaton came in. It was the in between the colorful and the dark. It didn't get fully dark, so it was the colorful portion of but modernized, and then Christian Bale brought in that darkness that Batman is known for. And I think the new movie it gets even darker. And I didn't agree originally with the actor from Twilight, Sparkles. I thought he was going to be full of glitter when he's in the church. But anyways, he wasn't. He was good, and he actually did a pretty good role.
Yeah,
he looked real good. I was like, okay, I like the dark side of this. I like where it's going. Let's see what happens, and maybe he'll punch it out. So far, what I saw, I think it's going to be a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great.
Right.
Now you have me intrigued.
Yeah, I was skeptical as well. I try not to hold it because if people have watched the show, they know that I enjoyed the Twilight films. I was never a huge, Rob Pattinson kind of gal, but I just, anyway. But
he was so dreamy.
You love Twilight, and you dog Grinch and Star
I did not
Wars.
say that I loved Twilight. But I also I read the books. I enjoyed the books more than the movie. So kind of. But I was surprised. So
well, the books were written by a Mormon.
I'm a Mormon. What?
Yeah, I think so.
The
books.
Book of Mormon.
That's why the chick was depressed.
Yes.
I'm confused. Anyway, my favorite Batman.
We're talking about the Twilight. I'm just telling you, the Twilight was written by a Mormon chick.
So?
I didn't know that.
I'm just saying.
What's that gonna do?
The facts.
So Batman.
Batman. Go Batman.
The guy with the rubber underwear.
Best lower jaw.
So anyway.
Ruined it for you, Tabitha. Like that.
There you go.
Sorry, proceed.
Ruined. So,
Your favorite Batman.
My favorite Batman has always been Val Kilmer. I just really liked him as Batman, and I liked him as Bruce.
Skinny
Wayne.
Val Kilmer or fat Val Kilmer?
Well, he was only in Batman once, so
yeah, he was in Batman once. That's so true. He was.
Now, to be fair, I enjoyed him as Batman when I was I saw it when I was a kid. I really enjoyed that film, but Batman had always been my favorite superhero growing up, and I don't know. I liked the joie de vivre that he brought to Bruce Wayne, and I liked the fact that he didn't use a really weird voice for Batman. But if it were talking animated, my favorite would be Will Arnett from the Lego Movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Him as Batman.
That was great.
Yeah,
Oh man, this music is
forgot he
all
was
about my
Batman.
life. Darkness, no parents. It's just,
I agree.
I enjoyed the Dark Knight films, but I hate. I know people just whatever, but that's just my common theme these days. But I don't say I hate. I really do not enjoy Christian Bale as Batman or as Bruce Wayne. I think he's better at Bruce Wayne than he is, even though I don't like him as Bruce Wayne. I hate him as Batman. I really do. That voice, though, please. is so fake, and I'm sorry, and I don't mean to disgruntle any people, and I don't mean to discourage anything, but I'm just sorry, and this is just me, and you can crucify me however you want to, but the fact that he has a speech impediment when he's talking in this stupid voice.
I gotta say, I did not realize that. Me and Tabitha are like polar opposites.
I need help. Alfred. Like, I'm sorry.
See, Val Kilmer is like the forgettable Batman in live action for me.
I know that. See, most people are just, they always go to Michael Keaton and everything like that. And I'm like, are we just totally forgetting Val Kilmer? Okay,
do they always?
And then
I'd never hear anybody talk about Val Kilmer.
Was it George Clooney that had the Batman with the
credit cards,
the nipples?
Yeah, but
his were like ridiculous.
Yeah, that was a bit much. I don't know if we needed that.
And I do not like Ben Affleck as Batman because he's huge. Like, the dude is just a tank. And I prefer the more slender figured Batman. I don't understand why he's got to be this ginormous stiff, thing. Yeah, I just don't understand that. And he keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I'm kind of glad that Rob Pattinson's version of Batman is a little bit more slender. And I will agree that with Aedo, I did not think that he'd make a good Batman, but the more I see the trailers and just listening to him, it's really interesting. And I like the fact that, especially his suit, unlike Christian Bale's, you'll see, it gives him so much more room down here to work with. There's more of his jaw exposed, whereas a Christian Bale's helmet was stupid and ugly and just like covered up like most of his. He only had like this much.
I have to say that's probably why I don't like the Val Kilmer Batman, just because of his lips. Right. Like Michael Keaton has that,
but he had gorgeous lips.
I like Michael Keaton's lips.
Well, maybe it's a girl thing, you know.
Maybe it is. It's possible. I mean, I did think that Val Kilmer was very attractive in the day, but this was before I had hormones and things like that. So,
But I agree with what you're saying about. I mean, the appeal of Batman as a kid when I first saw Batman was especially as probably a young boy. I mean, the idea of superheroes was really cool, and the fact that you could be a superhero and all you had to do is just be loaded, because he had no powers. He just was able to buy the coolest things and be that superhero, and it gave you hope as a little kid. I just have to be brilliantly wealthy. I don't have to have powers. And that was
hang out with Superman.
Wait, wasn't the Val Kilmer's Batman having Jim Carrey as a Riddler?
Jim Carrey, and it had Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
No wonder I forgot about him, because it had Jim Carrey in it. And hey, Aponos.
Are you sure about that? I thought it was Michael Keaton.
I'm looking it up right now, and it
Michael Keaton's
Batman Forever. Batman Forever.
Catwoman, which this new Batman. Well, anyway, I'll share that later. Dan, what are your thoughts? How are you doing over there?
Who's my favorite Batman? My favorite Batman is.
Don't say Michael Keaton.
No, I wasn't gonna say Michael Keaton. You know, I really do enjoy George Clooney, but not his Batman. I love that other movie. Oh, brother, where art thou? That's my man. That's my
We're
movie.
talking about Batman, not your favorite George Clooney movie. Now, I did like the Batman movie with George Clooney. I just didn't like George Clooney as Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Why? Because he had bat pecs.
Something with his lower thing again. I don't know. I just don't
think
like
he
it.
had whatever it was that Batman is. I just didn't think George Clooney pulled it off. But Dan, you were telling us who your favorite George Clooney movie is, or what it is.
Yeah, sing us the song, Dan.
Which one? Batman.
Nice.
Avery Cruz is here.
Hey, Avery. Wing hugs. Hope you're doing
okay. I hope you're doing all right, man.
While we're saying hi to people, I want to say hi to Aponas real quick, because he was in the chat.
He was?
Yeah. earlier.
I didn't see that. Is he still here?
Abu Naz. Yeah.
Abu Naz. Well, thank you for coming.
That salute to you, my bro.
He's adorable.
Abu Naz is cool. One day, I always literally on my bucket list to meet him, and I will give him a hug because he's cool. He's cool.
Or
He's cool.
to the Ickies quitting. Not cool either.
Mike Likes Tacos is here. Hey.
We still haven't heard your favorite Batman, Dan.
Yeah,
Wait,
Dan, we
Dan,
use your favorite Bruce Wayne.
Okay, my favorite Batman. No one's gonna know this one. You ready?
Yeah.
How about Robert Lowry? He was pretty good.
You're going back.
Exactly.
Apparently,
no one's
Aedo
gonna
knows.
know.
Holy moly.
Who is he?
You're going way. He looks
going
like the
back.
devil.
Going way back. To the
He
black
He
and
looks
white.
like Satan with
favorite-
that hat on.
Okay, Tabitha, he's the very first live action Batman.
The ears are floppy
Oh.
like a little kitty cat.
Yeah,
Let me
I
see
know my
here.
Batman.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he does look like the devil. Yeah, he does. I didn't know his name.
Okay,
though.
okay, and that Batman looks like somebody trying to cosplay as the devil, not devil, dressing up as a sleepover.
Why is
Sleepover
he
Batman.
your favorite?
That's
Or are you
what I
just
wanted to
joshing
say.
us?
That's what I wanted to say.
You just did it for the wow factor, didn't you?
I
He's
did.
just trying
I
to be
did.
different.
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite. I do like how everybody's Batmans are different, and they're just like, it's just, I like the differences between them. They don't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be, oh, this is supposed to be Batman or that's supposed to be Batman. Of course you got the old comics and the old TV shows of how Batman's supposed to be, but just the different parts of each person bringing in their own pizzazz to Batman. I don't really have a favorite.
Okay.
I kind of like them all, except maybe my man George Clooney. He was interesting.
Hey, Dan.
He could have been a better Batman if it was written properly.
Dan, check out that picture I just sent you. It has a picture of all of the Batmans so far. If you could put that up.
It's pretty cool seeing all their different
I
symbols.
sent it in
through the
Messenger.
years.
All right, you send it in Messenger, which means I got to go to the Facebook.
Now, who all has seen the trailer for the new Batman?
Ben Affleck is pretty big.
I have.
Everybody? Okay.
Wow.
Is anybody does anybody see stuff in there that they're not really sure about or that they don't like?
No,
I mean, I like it, except the thing that really gets me is I keep having to do that double take about Catwoman, and I'm like, how did Halle Berry stay so young? She didn't even get old, and then I realized it's not really Halle Berry, but it looks very similar to her.
We were talking about that today, and I can't remember exactly how you worded it, and he said, Phil, I'm so glad you're here so I can say this. That way I'm just joking, because you're our token friend over there. And he was saying something about how she looks exactly like Halle Berry and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, she's mulatto.
And I was like, it's not Halle Berry, it's Zoe Kravitz. I said, oh, are you? I can't remember exactly what you said, Dan, but the way you said it, I said, oh, so are you just? Is that your way of saying that all black people look alike, Dan? Is like that what you're? And of course he wasn't. We were just joking around, but it's just I didn't pay attention to that. I don't know if that's something that they were trying to do, because I told him, I'm like, are you talking about the outfits? Because Halle Berry's outfit was wildly different from this.
Right,
one.
It was different.
This one's a little bit more reminiscent of Anne Hathaway's, but
but the way she looks, her slenderness, her just the way she carries herself. She's got the haircut that's short. She's and she's mulatto. She's not black and she's not white. She's half and half. That's Halle Berry is too. So it's just I don't know. It's just something I noticed, and I was like,
technically she's a quarter.
Almost like, is she?
Yeah, because her grandmother is white, whereas Halle Berry's mother is white.
Oh, okay. Huh. Interesting.
I'm not even sure we can talk about these things. I don't think this is allowed.
Right. I mean, it's just facts. It's not just facts. That's all. But
Shawn over there.
like if you're gonna say it, gotta get the facts right. You know.
I'm kidding.
No,
but I didn't realize that until Dan had brought that to my attention. I'm like, I don't know if that because Halle Berry's version of Catwoman was such a disaster, which is such a shame because I think she could have done a really wonderful Catwoman, but that movie was wildly creepy and weird. But to me, it's like, well, maybe they're just trying to give Halle Berry's Catwoman a second chance by merging her with Anne Hathaway's Catwoman because it's a little bit more toned down. It's not as over the top as Michelle Pfeiffer's outfit. It's a little bit more practical, but it's definitely
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, she
was
pretty phenomenal.
You still seeing it because one of my cousins.
I had good. I thought Catwoman was good. With
I dislike Catwoman. Me and some of my cousins got into a debate, and one of my cousins said that movie might be bad, but Halle Berry was cute in a costume. And I was like, wait, what?
Did anyone ever watch Gotham?
Yes,
I saw.
I started to, but then I kind of forgot about it. But it was good.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it all. No.
I caught bits and pieces of it here and there, and I thought they did a good job. I thought that was a unique way of storytelling something that had been in there, and I thought everybody acted well. I don't know whatever wound up happening with the series though.
Yeah, it was like a very visual series, wasn't it?
Well,
really
I
cool
think
colors and stuff.
I think like the first season of Gotham was really good. But I think the first season of Gotham was really good, but then it kind of like leaned into more of, hey, this is a Batman-filled universe, right? So we got to bring in the Batman villains, even though Bruce Wayne is still a kid and he hasn't become Batman yet. I think that's what happened to it. So it kind of made it not as good as it could have been. Because originally it was supposed to be about James Gordon.
Right.
Oh, so went 2014 to 2019.
Wow, longer than I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was like one season.
And it was supposed to take place back in like the 40s, right? 30s, 40s, Mafia time.
Yeah, Mafia time, and the show
style, yeah.
And the show kind of did end with a hint of Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle becoming into their respective roles, as we see in present day Batman, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems to me with this new Batman movie that it's from the trailers. I don't get that. I mean, I get that vibe a little bit more from the other stuff. Is that but this movie is more about Batman and Catwoman. Oh my gosh,
Ben Affleck is
kind of like with the Dark Knight Rises a bit.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. See, there's my man Val Kilmer right there in the middle.
Yeah, look at his lips. It kills me, man.
He looks great. He's gorgeous. Look at that. But I like the way his helmet looks. Like he has a lot more space. It defines his face a lot nicer than like Michael Keaton's and especially Christian Bale's. I think it just doesn't. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely interesting though how different they are.
Mm-hmm.
We've come a long way in the outfits and everything like that.
This was pretty cool. I like it. It looked like a bat.
Val's kind of doing the duck lips things.
Yeah,
he is.
He is.
He was doing it before it was cool. Yeah,
exactly.
It's definitely amazing, though. I think that depending on your age, how you like one better than the other. Even with Superman, I think you guys were talking about it. Like, who's your favorite Superman? I'll always like Christopher Reeve. So James Bond, I'll always like Roger Moore. I think it just goes by who you kind of seen first and loved, you know? That you grew up with. I think that's what it's all about. So it's interesting to hear everybody's take on it. Lips or no lips. They're just, you know.
That's right.
It's kind of cool.
Anybody get that furniture yet or what? Knock that furniture out of this house here. If you
Stop
didn't see
shaking.
What are you talking about?
He keeps his legs are shaking up there. He's nervous.
No, I meant Dan with the furniture. Like, what are we talking about?
Furniture. I'll get it. Don't worry. It's a bot.
Yeah, get your furniture over here. Get your furniture.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's from the last stream we did.
Oh.
If you haven't seen
I wasn't
Soylent
here.
Green, have you seen?
Well, as long
Soylent
as
Green?
Dan doesn't kick out Avery Cruz again, we should be all good.
I noticed that
I remember
Avery
that.
hasn't been commenting in the chat very often. Probably wants to minimize his risk of being booted out.
This keeps
And hi, Jay.
Keeps moving. Okay, I think I got it. I don't think it was a person.
I don't think it was
There
a
we go.
person.
Hey, Aedo.
Oh, hey.
I like to mention how I was the very first person to say
Drunk
hi to you,
3PO,
Jay.
what's up,
So you're
buddy?
welcome, Jay.
Hello, Mr. Drunk.
Drunk 3PO. Everybody said hello, Jay, so he must have said hello earlier. I didn't catch it.
What's his name? Jay.
Jay. Drunk
3PO.
Jay 3PO.
Jay 3PO. No.
So, well.
Yeah, what's the next question? All
right, so.
What's your social security number?
5378927.
Well, hang on, let me get a pen.
That was too fast.
I don't have any money. You're screwed. No money.
What's
I'm
your
broke.
credit card
I'm just a
number?
YouTuber. We don't make any money. Right, Shawn?
100%.
No money.
Dave had to go there. Come on, Whitey. Don't pick on Shawn.
That's true. He knows.
I mean, if you watch his videos, he's been crying about it all week.
Exactly.
That's what I love about Shawn. He is a man. He just brings it right out of his chest. He speaks his mind. That's what we need more of in this world. You know what I mean?
You sure you're
No,
not just
people
writing
actually
yourself?
say what they mean.
Wait, but if you don't like it, keep it to yourself.
That's right. If you don't like it,
Right.
keep your stuff. That's right.
At first, I was like, man, this guy's kind of a dick. But I love it now. I love you, Shawn. I do, man. I really do.
They could both be in there.
I'm another man who obviously talks from the heart.
Exactly.
You do.
It's way too much doing morning radio, and I just share way too much.
Yeah, but it's good. It's all good stuff.
Never
be honest,
invite Dave to the show. That's it.
Well, Shawn, what's your next project with Aedo there? Or no, not Aedo. Odin.
We've talked about 2 or 3 different things. He unlike me, he tries to space out his Star Wars things because he's got tons and tons of followers, and if he does too much Star Wars stuff, he starts getting backlash. So we've got some other ideas, but it'll be a little while.
Oh, okay.
Even in the comments that it's like, you got this guy on again. It's like, that's
This guy again? The old jobber guy? What's going on?
I actually enjoy like going and watching Odin's and then get to watch your show too. I like the 2 different shows.
Right.
Yeah.
The collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, he likes it because he's not a big fan of painting, and he's got Joe on the show who does some painting stuff here and there, and
Yeah.
Joe's been really busy, so he's been enjoying trying to have me finish up his stuff so he doesn't have to paint them. But
You are killer at painting and weathering, man.
Yeah.
oh,
Killer.
thank you.
I wish I
appreciate
could
it.
be half as good as that.
I like, thank you very much. It's just, like I said, I art was my thing in school, and I went to school for animation and did art and did all that kind of stuff, and I have no place to use it. So I figured, at least this is an outlet.
Shawn, you got to help out David because Dave can't even spray plastic dip right.
I can't. It goes all over the place. Look at my hands all over. No, but I always tell Aedo, like he has the eye too. He's another one that has the eye for that kind of thing. And you have the eye also, but for painting.
Thank you.
See you, Dax. Thanks for joining us.
Me, I don't have the eye. It gets shot in my eye, but I don't have the eye.
Yeah, the thing that I find great about being able to do all this is there's pressure, and everybody. I mean, everybody that has any sort of a YouTube presence, the idea of everyone watching it just makes you try and get better, and that's what I like about it. Is it forces me to. I want to get better with the airbrush. And so instead of doing it off camera, it's like, forget it. I'm going to do it on camera, and I'm going to make every mistake on camera and get better. And I'm going to force myself to do it. And that's kind of what I like about YouTube
too, right?
Yeah.
People appreciate it when they
enjoy.
See you failing and getting better, and they learn along with you.
Like that. Yeah.
And you've got people that are like the other. I mean, I love the Smugglers Room, and everything that they do is like perfection, and I love it, and I love it because of that. It's everything is perfect, and that is 1,000% not me. I may be able to get a final product that looks good, but it's not going to be the same process to get there.
Why don't they show us when they mess up on the Smugglers Room?
I don't know if he ever does.
They do show bloopers sometimes. There you go. Those are
everybody brings their own gifts, their own style to the table. I mean,
Yeah.
This is true.
And some people are just plain better than we are. So
yes, that's
real.
Brian.
Real.
That's so true.
But we're human.
True.
That's it.
It's true.
Like James, that guy could do everything. Playing piano, singing, painting. He does everything. What do they call him? Goats? He's a goat. Good at all things.
Oh, is that what that stands for? I heard that GOAT meant greatest of all time. I guess it just depends on the context.
Oh, yeah. I guess both.
Good at all things.
Good at all things.
Hey, what would you be?
Me, I'm just a slug trying to make stuff in the basement and get rid of the stress from work. That's why.
There you go.
But I enjoy it.
Yep. It's just fun. It's just fun to do it. I mean, everybody that you don't... unless you're somebody that's like Odin or Brian or something like that. I mean, I'm doing YouTube to have fun. It just gives me an outlet to be creative, and that's it.
It actually scares me to think about how am I going to make money on something or a kit. It kind of scares me just for the fact that once you do that, then it becomes a job. I don't want another job. I have a job.
Yeah.
Right.
That must be nice.
Sorry, Shawn. I didn't mean anything.
That's awesome. I remember those days. and the thing is,
insert foot here.
And it's hard, and I'll admit. I mean, I fail a lot, and it's and I put it all out there, and it's hard. I'm at least honest with my failures. I still owe Cameron, I owe Sketchy Guy a bunch of crap from winning a contest, and I can't get my crap together to mail that out there because it costs money to mail things, and I fail constantly, and I feel so bad that I'm such a total failure.
Do you have a Patreon page?
Yes, and my Patreons are fantastic, and I think I've got 3 of them. Maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't sure or not. Well, there you go. Maybe we could make you feel, make them feel sorry enough that they'd want to contribute.
Oh God. and I was never ever going to even set up a Patreon because it feels weird asking people for money to do something that I'm filming for a hobby. It just seems weird.
Yeah. I don't push it too much on my videos because I feel the same way. Yeah. Even like and subscribe is kind of a pain in the
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Which is a totally perfect segue. So, everybody, if you like what you've been watching and you enjoy us here on Inside the Booth, please be sure to visit us on our Patreon page at Inside the Booth, where you can like and support us for as little as $1 a month. And we're going to be having some really awesome things coming to our tiers, like secret, hidden movie reviews, and all that kind of great stuff that's coming to the tiers. But anyway, don't visit these guys because they apparently don't want your money, but we do. So whatever you were thinking about giving Shawn, you can donate to Inside the Booth. It's all good.
I do it for free for you people.
Yeah, probably better. Yeah, I agree. Go there.
That's awesome, Shawn.
And everybody, don't forget we have a shop page, InsideTheBoothTV.com/shop. Go get yourself some gifts. Buy some gifts for other people. That's right. Dave's got a shirt.
I love the shirt.
We have a couple of pages that we got, but you can find it all at our website shop page. And Tabitha also has
you
Etsy
can find
store
my stuff
in our shop page. So there you go. Check everything out, everybody. It's fun stuff, fun to buy, and it helps support us. That's all.
right.
What else do we got going on? Yeah, don't forget to vanquish the like button. Don't forget to ding that bell button so you get notified for the next video coming up, which is Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's going to be our Rumble review, is it not?
Yes, it's going to be our Rumble review with Whitey. He's going to be our guest on that one.
I'm scared.
He's two times in a row.
Two times in a row. I don't know if I can handle that. My goodness.
We're gonna have to binge some movies.
Yeah, you and me too.
Yeah, you gotta watch those movies. Yeah, that's right.
What ones are they? Aliens?
Nope. Avatar, which was the one you
James
picked.
Cameron movies is what we're rumbling over.
Yeah,
Yep.
I could have swore that.
And then
I knew that
what
one.
else was there? Oh goodness, I can see.
I'll tell you after the show, Whitey. I don't want to spoil the surprise for everyone.
Oh, okay.
What are we rumbling? Oh, all right, that's fine.
Oh man, I'm good. Yeah, it is aliens.
Hey, Polly. No, it's not aliens.
Aliens is in there.
No,
James
no,
Cameron.
not.
Well, he did more
Hey,
than
Polly.
just aliens.
Yeah, but that's one of them.
It is. Well, yes, 1 out of 27 doesn't make it one of the ones we're watching. But hey, Polly, I can tell you that man can sing. I could listen to him like all day. Just throwing that out there.
He's good at karaoke.
Yeah, I can attest to that too.
So before we get going, Shawn, tell us where we can find you and what you got going on now.
You really want him to tell the internet he lives in a box under a bridge?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
mean, man.
I have a YouTube channel called Try to Finish Something, and join their Patreon pages, not mine. It doesn't matter.
So what's going on with you? You got anything fun coming up?
I'm going to. I have a lot of projects that I got really close to, I finished for the channel, but I want to do some other things to them. So I'm going to make a few changes to some stuff that I should just leave alone, but I'm going to go back and tinker with some things again.
Sweet.
Just try to finish something, Shawn.
Try to finish.
Right. TTFS, man.
That's it.
Are you Star Wars only, by the way?
So I didn't start out that way, but because it's weird. I watch a lot of YouTube channels, and I watch like I find that when I do something that's not Star Wars, I get very few views. So my thought was I was going to try and build up some sort of audience, and then I'll kind of branch out and do some other things.
Okay.
Nice.
It could
I did
just
like
be...
that Ghostbuster death whistle there.
Yeah, I was working on one and nobody cared.
Yeah.
No, hey,
I think
I
it
watched
just seems that way.
I
It
watched
just seems that way because most of the people are there for the Star Wars, so they might not.
Let's just change
Yep.
the hats.
You just got to bring other people in. They'll come eventually,
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Just like your job.
Exactly.
I watched it.
Definitely too overqualified. Definitely too overqualified.
All right. Next is our birthday boy, Phil. Tell us where to find you and what you got going on.
Well, you guys can find me on the YouTubes or as Phil TMNT, and you guys will see me like frequent channels like Tim's Talk, Justin Proper, where I'm like pretty much constant guests on their channel. Which subscribe to them if you want to see more of me, and
Nice.
yeah, and really most importantly, subscribe to this channel because this channel is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be at this Saturday, though, Phil? I heard you're going to do an extra special stream on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I am going to be on
crazy
this. I'm going to be on this channel with this girl that nobody heard about called Dreamy Tabla. Who is she? I don't
Nobody
know.
special, that's for sure.
Oh,
I
that's
know,
her. Okay.
I'm doing my own
She's got
live
really good
stream,
hair.
guys.
You're
Doing my
live
first ever
stream, and you
live
tell
stream
us?
on my. I was going to on my channel on Saturday, and I'm teaching this young man over here how to paint.
Nice.
Nice.
So it's a date.
So it's like one of those.
Yeah, like what I'm on tonight. You know, I only date 5 guys at one time. I mean,
Tabitha, you're gonna get a bad rap.
Apparently, I already do. When I show up in the chat and other people's streams are like, "Oh my gosh, here goes everything," and I'm like, "I haven't even done anything." Like, I guess I'll just leave. But anyway.
See, at least with my chats, Tabitha gets like saved. Yeah, it's Tabitha, but like she's get treated like a celebrity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She is a celebrity. Dave, Whitey Wicked Workshop. Tell us.
You just did. Find me at Whitey's Wicked Workshop everywhere.
YouTube. And what do you got going on? Are you going to post anything soon?
No. I'm actually taking my time and doing my cockpit build. I did part 1 lately.
Which is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I found out that making props for me, a lot of people weren't interested. So they really were interested in when making the big stuff. So I'm just going to continue with that and maybe fill in some props here and there. I just don't do a good paint job like you, Shawn. So maybe that's it. And well, it must just be the 3D part that they don't like it, because a lot of people do that. But some people like it. But they really enjoy the bigger stuff, I think, for actually a room build, you know, how to make a Star Wars room type thing. So I'm going to continue with that.
You're known for big pieces.
Yeah.
That's what kicked you off with your Star Wars door, and then launched from that point, because then everybody was like, oh my gosh. And then you had your Gonk, and then you had the IG, and you had 3CPO, and all your pieces are large. So everybody expects that.
It's pretty crazy too, because my plan is to eventually go small. I eventually want to go dioramas, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Good transition though.
Yeah, but I definitely want to get the basement finished before I do any of that, and I really want to make it immersive to make it look nice for me. You know, because it is all about me. I'm only doing the YouTube thing just to kind of help people along my way. Because it's not a job.
I love it.
I want to make the theater for me, make it look nice. All the props are for me. I'm not selling nothing, you know. It's for me.
Unless you make me something, right, Dave?
That's right. Then it's
all
different.
All right.
Yeah, but I think I mentioned on Aedo show, the FabWorks Live, that I'm going to be, since I do like electrical work, I take for granted that people might need to know that information. So I'm going to try and make little snippets, these little shows, I think, that just kind of teach you little things to kind of get you into it and make you not feel as scared about it. That's like cool. A lot of people hook up a battery pack with LEDs. I kind of want to take it a little further and teach them more, you know?
Right.
Aedo, should be fun.
Your turn.
My turn. Well, apologize. Haven't been chipping. I've been down, with not feeling well lately. So that's why I didn't do a show.
Just keep your distance then.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good.
Now you tell us at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Coughing on us,
sneezing
on us, breathing on us. Should have wore your mask.
Take your beard and just flip it up.
There you go. No COVID, none of that stuff. I'm good. It lasted about 2 days, 3 days, and it was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Fabworks live show. That's something that I kicked off. It's going well. I enjoy having our guest on and talking about Tabitha was one of my guests. Dave was one of my guests. To talk about their artwork and what they do and how they get certain pieces done. And then a lot of our viewers, I call them Fab Fam, they like to see how you guys accomplish those things. So Fabworks Live is gonna be an ongoing thing. It's not going anywhere. That's part of my YouTube channel. I do props. I got a bunch of things lined up. I've been filming. I've been doing now a droid that it's gonna be a how-to. Real off of simple Dollar Tree stuff. You go to Walmart, you buy a couple pieces and put a droid together. So because some folks don't have 3D printers and don't have that, and they want to build things like us. And then I'm showing them how to do it. And then I think after that, I had set up off the Harry Potter movie. I have a couple props that are coming off of that. After that is Jurassic Park, and then after that is actually from Dave's favorite movie, my favorite movie, Avatar Pandora, which is a couple props from that. I'm going to be showing people how to make and how to distress them and weathering them and painting. I may talk to Shawn here to help me out a little bit on something.
Sweet.
So for sure, that's where I'm at. It's going well.
Yeah, he's not doing nothing.
Nothing special. Just one project after the next.
Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to say. Is the Dollar Tree Challenge. I don't know if you guys heard about it. Mm-hmm. We mentioned that on Fabworks Live also, that we're doing a Dollar Tree Challenge up to $15. Go to Dollar Tree, look around, try to make something Star Warsy. $15. I mean, that's the maximum. You don't have to spend that, but just try to, like Dan did there with his microphone. He did an awesome job. I'm sure you didn't pay $15 for that, did you, Dan? A couple bucks.
Yeah, less.
Stuff like that, but that's what it's all about. You took it to the next level. You thought outside the box and got creative. That's what we want to try and do.
I've been telling people about your challenge.
Have you been? Thank you. I do have a Facebook group to have everybody meet there if you like to go there. It's I forget what it's called. Is it the Star Wars Dollar Tree Challenge? I think it's called. Check it out.
Sweet. We'll do. TV.
$14.99.
$15.
And then Tabitha, since this is not a normal show, you can tell us about your stuff too.
A normal show as opposed to our abnormal shows that we usually host.
Yeah.
So I'm an artist. For those who don't know, you can find me on Dreaming Tabitha on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And I predominantly make these little chibi characters, like cutesified versions of some of our favorite characters in the fandoms. I don't know why. I was thinking about that today because I'm making more chibis, and I'm like, I don't even like chibis. Like, how did I start doing chibis? Like, I'm not into chibis.
Yeah.
So why do them then?
I'm just drawn to them. Like, I enjoy making them, but they're not something that I'm into. It's crazy how that works. But I also do painting, and I do sometimes some sculpting, and I'm going to be doing some really cool challenges this year. I'm really, really excited for some of my summer projects that I've got coming on. But my newest thing that I've got going on is the fact that I am hosting my first live stream on Saturday on my channel with Phil TMNT, and I'm going to be teaching him how to paint one of his favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So surprise there. And just
be interesting there.
Just looking to see if I can create some wholesome content. You know, when we were growing up, there was always something going on a Saturday morning. That was just something fun to watch, you know, whether it was Bob Ross or some kind of cartoon. And I thought that would be kind of fun to do every so often. And not only that, I'd like to hang out with people and maybe shed not shed some light, but like provide some conversations and teach people something. Painting is really great for life lessons and stuff like that. So I'm looking to try to see if I can find more YouTubers that would like to learn how to paint and also just kind of hang out. And every so often, maybe once a month, and just find some YouTubers and teach them how to paint and have a good time on a Saturday morning.
All right.
I need to.
So if any of you want to learn how to paint, I'm here.
I need to know.
There you go.
Do you do weathering?
I do. Did you not watch my video? Excuse me.
I watch a lot of them.
Did you not watch my recent Star Wars helmet video where I collaborated with Black Market Outpost?
Did you send it back to him?
I did.
Did you? Yeah, because I was looking for it in the back there.
I finally sent it back to him. I really didn't want to. So he's working on his own video. And yeah, sure. I'll message you. And that's the thing, too. I'm going to give the YouTuber the opportunity to tell me what they want to learn how to paint, and I will simplify it for them and teach it to them. So it's not going to be just me teaching them how to paint flowers and ocean sceneries. Unless that's what they want to learn, it's going to be totally customizable so that they get to learn how to paint what they would like to learn how to paint.
Nice. That's cool. That's a good concept.
All right, so I guess that's it, everybody. So
Dan, what you been up to?
Poor Shawn.
Yeah, Dan, you forgot about yourself over there.
Shawn had to leave.
He was cutting out.
He had to go finish something.
Oh, yeah.
He had to go finish something. But yeah, what do I got going on? Well, let's see here. Every Sunday and every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come here at Inside the Booth. We'll be here all the time. Kind of been thinking about doing a poll and maybe seeing if we should do another streaming day. But that's up in the air. I'm talking to my brother about it. See what he.
Tabitha's eyebrow just went up.
Yeah, she's like, "What? We're gonna do more."
I was like, I did that. I was like, I hope my bangs were hiding.
What do you mean, an additional one or?
Yeah, an additional day. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to do like a morning session, maybe like coffee with Inside the Booth.
Breakfast with Dan.
Yeah, breakfast with Dan.
Yeah, breakfast with Dan.
Or you know, or do it evening or lunch or I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. Yeah.
I love it.
So that's just a thought.
Breakfast with Dan.
When you said that breakfast with Dan, yeah. I'm seeing like a solo thing though. Solo Dan over there with like an apron on, and he's over there with an egg, cooking up the scrapple.
Did you say scrapple?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love scrapple.
I love scrapple. Ketchup or maple syrup?
Either or.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Okay, before we officially end, I gotta ask you though, Fabs. And Aedo. I'm thinking about someone else, sorry. But I gotta ask everyone on the panel. How do you guys feel about ketchup topping pizza?
Phil,
let me tell you, Phil. Let me just tell you, Phil. I won't mock it because I've never tried it. I grew out of the ketchup phase when I was like, 9. But I do put. Let me just say, I do put barbecue sauce on a lot of stuff, and I have done it to pizza before.
Wow.
So, wait. So I got another question for you, Dan. Do you put pineapple on your pizza then?
And ham.
It's got to have ham, pineapple, and no red sauce. It's got to be like.
Okay, that explains your answer. That explains a lot.
What is the deal with that? I always hear about that. Do people seriously not like with ham and pineapple?
I don't.
No, I don't mind ham. I don't mind ham. pineapple on pizza.
You know
is
what?
fine.
When growing up, when I was younger, my mom worked at this place called Roni Pepperonis. Okay, and they did. Yeah, right.
Did
I
you
know.
say
And
Brody?
they did. Yeah, Roni Pepperonis.
Oh, Roni. Thank God. I thought you said Brony, and I'm
That's
like,
like
what
a
kind
Bobby
of
Brown song.
weird diner you
My
at?
heart belongs to pepperoni.
So they did a lot of dessert pizzas.
Oh, okay.
And and some of that, and it was really good stuff. I don't remember exactly what they were or what was on them, but they were good.
I'll try anything once.
I'm jealous of you.
Not that.
You look more of the Ninja Turtle life than I did. Yes.
All right, Phil, this is what you got to do. You got to take a cold piece of pizza, put some peanut butter and jelly on it, and try that. There you go. There's a turtle.
Sounds weird. I'll try it. Now you got my interest peaked.
I did that when I was
literally marching right now.
I did that when I was a kid. So that's it. Everybody, let's say good night.
Yes, thanks so much for being
See
here.
you all
everybody.
later. Thanks for coming.
Good night.
Thanks for being here. And have a great, wonderful night.